Here I'm going to show you how to hide worksheets using a password. So let's say that you have a nice dashboard like this, but it requires a couple worksheets in order to get it working, and you don't want whoever uses this to mess those up. So down here, look, we have one tab for the dashboard, and if I right click, Unhide is grayed out. So it looks like there are no other sheets. But now we click View Data up here, and Password Input. Input a password to unlock the worksheets. And once we input the correct password and hit OK, we are taken to our formerly hidden worksheets, and we can now do whatever we want with them. And when you're done, click Hide Data, and they're gone. I'm going to show you how to do that for your workbook, and it's a lot easier than you may think. Before we start, check the video description and click the link to Teach Excel so you can download the files for the tutorial and follow along. And make sure to subscribe and accept notifications so you can see all the new tutorials. All right, first up, this dashboard is really a neat little thing I showed you how to make in another tutorial. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video if you want to learn how to do that. But here, all we are concerned about is the password protection. And what we are going to do is combine hiding worksheets with storing a password in a secured macro. It's an interesting little feature. So download this file, hit Alt F11 to go to the VBA window, then open up Module 1, and you can follow along with me. Now, if you don't really want the description of how everything works and you don't want to watch me build this, you just want the code, then download the workbook, change the password right here, and update the sheet references for the sheets that you would like to hide and the sheets that you would like to see, where these are the ones you hide and these are the ones you see. But that's all that you have to change, and then also whichever sheet that you want to end up on after they're unhidden. But now for everybody else, let us clear this out and build it. I'm going to go ahead and throw in option explicit because why not? We're going to be using a few interesting features here. And the first interesting thing that we're going to be using, by the way, option explicit just means you have to declare your variables. And the first thing we're going to be using is a constant. Now a constant is, you can kind of think of it like a variable that lives throughout the life of your project. It's not exactly correct, but we declare it like this at the top of our module above all macros, and public means that any macro in the entire project will be able to use this. So public, C-O-N-S-T, and then the name of the constant. I'm going to call this one C-O-N as a prefix, and then let's do sheet password. And then we say what we want it to be, which is a string. So public constant con sheet password as string. That means it's going to hold text. And we set it equal to the password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never set that as your password, please. And what we've done right here is to create this guy that we can directly type into any one of our macros and have it refer to this value. Now there are lots of rules regarding constants. I'm not going to go over any of them right here, but this is a very easy way to store text and then reference it throughout your macro. You put public at front, and then it makes it so we can reference it throughout all the macros in the entire project, not just this module. So we now have our password, and let's go ahead and create a macro to hide the sheets. Hide sheet. Type sheets, open parentheses, quotation mark, and the name of the worksheet that you would like to hide. I want to hide the worksheet that is called helper, and then period, and then you type visible. You're not going to get the IntelliSense menu when you do it like this, but that's okay. It's very simple stuff. The IntelliSense menu is the little guide menu that appears when you type a period after some things. So we don't need that here. Then you type equals XL, and then you type sheet visible. But if you don't remember exactly what to type, hit Control Space right now, and then start typing sheet and then visible right there. And that's all you do to hide the worksheet. Now what this means is that the worksheet will still live over here in our list of all the worksheets in our workbook, but when we right-click the worksheet in the interface over here, so if I right-click this tab, Unhide is still grayed out. You cannot access it from here. Now you can still access it from here and unhide it by hand, but I'll show you how to solve that problem at the end of the tutorial. So once you have this line, just copy it, paste it, and change it for the next worksheet. And now we have our hide sheet macro. It is as easy as that. And this is what we're going to attach the button to on our helper worksheet when we clicked hide data. So now let's create the bigger one, which is going to be view sheet. And all we're going to do here is to show the user a message box, get their input from that message box, and see if it equals the value of our constant. Well, let's go ahead and declare the variable, very simple, user input as variant. Variant is a default variable type that holds, well, pretty much anything. And now we go user input. I'm going to hit Control space to fill that in automatically. Since we declared the variable up here, we can do that. So user input equals, and then we're going to use the input box function. It's the very simple way to get input from a user. It's not as powerful, but it's perfect for what we're doing here. We want to get a password, which is text, and we want to check it. That is it. I'm going to hit open parentheses, and you see we have a bunch of things that we can fill out. We are going to fill out the prompt, which tells the user what to do, the title, which is what goes at the top of the window, and then a default value if you want. And I'm going to go space, underscore, enter, so we can put this on the next line, and then type out the name of the argument so it's a little bit easier to read the code. So you type the name of the argument, prompt, then colon equals, and whatever you want the user to see for the prompt. How about input a password to unlock the worksheets. And let's go to the next argument, so comma, space, underscore, title, password, input, comma, space, underscore, default, password. Close that up, enter, and now we have our input box. So if I go up to here and hit F5 or play, it's going to run this macro where I have the cursor. So play, and we can see our input box. So at the top we see the title, password, input a password to unlock the worksheets, and then our default value down here, password. But now nothing's going to happen. So we have nothing that deals with what the user inputs. It's simply stored here, and now we have to do something with it. And that is as easy as this. If user input, now what do we want to do with it? Well, we want to see if it equals the password, which is this constant up here. So if user input equals, and now type CON, and then Control space, and you are going to see at the top here everything that begins with CON. And I see that constant sheet password is the first one. This is a little trick that makes it easier to find your constants when you're programming. So constant sheet password, then, and we have an else, and end if. So if the user input equals the password, then all is good. If it does not equal it, then password failure. And this is the basic structure. And now all you have to do is to figure out what do you want to do if the user did not enter the correct password, and what do you want to do if they did enter the correct password. If they did fail, let's go ahead and tell them. It's a good idea to tell the user what's going on. Incorrect password. Access denied. And as this stands now, this section of code will also run if the user cancels the input. So maybe you don't want to tell them incorrect password or access denied. Maybe you don't want to do anything at all. It's up to you how you handle this situation. You can also use the application.input box if you want a bit more control, but I don't really think that's necessary in this example. So let's go up here to what happens when all is good. Well, let's just grab these guys. No point in retyping it. Go up here, paste it in, then tab that guy over. We want the helper and the raw worksheet to be visible. And it is at this point in the code when I realize that I put Excel sheet visible in the wrong macro. And that's how easy it is to get a bug if you are not thinking clearly. Okay, this one is supposed to be Excel sheet visible to view it, and this one down here is not. It is supposed to be very hidden. So let's go ahead and find very hidden. Excel, I hit Control space right there, sheet, and then we want very hidden right there. So very hidden is the one that makes it so that when you go to the worksheet and you right click the tab here, Unhide is grayed out and you can't see that a worksheet is hidden. Okay, that was a little mistake. So Excel sheet very hidden and Excel sheet very hidden. And this is why you always test your code before you send it out, by the way. So now we're back to normal. We have Sheets helper that's going to be made visible and raw that's going to be made visible. And the next thing is just a usability thing, because right here, once you show the worksheets, you are not going to be on the worksheets, but the user may expect to be taken to one of the worksheets. And so you just figure out which one you'd like them to go to. I'm going to send them to the helper worksheet and dot select to send them there. And this is all it takes. Now let's go to the worksheet and test it out. Make sure I did not make any other errors. So Alt F11 to go back here. And to assign it to the button, you simply right click the button and go to Assign Macro and click the View Sheet macro and hit OK. And let's click away and click it. There we go. How about we input the incorrect password? So I'm going to hit OK now. And we see incorrect password, access denied. OK. How about now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then OK. And there we go. Such a nice little thing to make an interface more usable, yet protected. Protected from coworkers, protected from anyone who you send this out to. And then for the hide data button, once again, assign the macro, right click, assign macro, and then you want to select hide sheet. OK. Now let's test this guy. Perfect. And go down here, right click, make sure we use the correct hidden value. Perfect. It looks like there's no other worksheets here. But we have one more thing to do because the user can still hit Alt F11, go to the VBA window, and see your password up here. So what you want to do for the final step is to go over here and right-click your project. If you don't see this window, go to View and Project Explorer or Control R. Then go to your project, right-click it, go to VBA Project Properties, and on the Protection tab, check Lock Project for viewing and input a password. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, never use that as a password. And once we hit OK, the project will be locked. Now, it's not going to be locked right now, but once you go ahead and save this workbook, then close it and reopen it, this will be collapsed. So it will be like this. And in order to expand it and open it, you have to input the password. And that's what will keep your password in your macros safe. As well, if you use the Excel sheet very hidden like this without a password to lock your project, the user can still come to this window and unhide it. So maybe you don't have a macro that shows the sheets and you think, oh, I'm protected. You are definitely not, because you can simply click the worksheet over here and in this little bottom window, go to Visible and right here, Excel sheet visible. And then you will have your hidden worksheet. And that's why this last step is so important. And the downloadable file has notes for that last step for how to lock the project. So you don't have to worry about writing that down or trying to remember it. Just download this file and you're good to go.
I hope you liked the tutorial. If it was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and accept notifications so you can see all the new tutorials.